Something is happening inside Labour that Keir Starmer does not want you to know about. Behind closed doors, whispers are growing louder. And they don't just spell trouble, they spell betrayal. Even those closest to him are starting to look elsewhere for leadership. And now, one name has emerged that could shake Starmer's grip on power to its core. Let's get into this, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Keir Starmer is facing what could be one of the most embarrassing moments of his premiership so far. Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham has revealed that Labour MPs Starmer's own backbench have been quietly urging him to return to Westminster to challenge for the Labour leadership. That's right. Starmer's own MPs are so disillusioned that they're calling on a man who left Parliament years ago to come back and take his place. Now, this isn't just gossip. Burnham himself has admitted it, telling The Telegraph, "People have contacted me throughout the summer. Yeah, I'm not going to say that hasn't happened." That in itself is a remarkable admission. It shows how deep the doubts about Starmer's leadership really run. Behind the scenes, MPs are openly plotting, and Burnham is hardly keeping a low profile. He's laying out what looks suspiciously like a manifesto ahead of the Labour Party conference in Liverpool. He's talking about hiking council tax on southern homes, borrowing £40 billion to build council houses, cutting income tax for low earners, and reintroducing the 50p top rate of tax. These are bold policies that contrast sharply with Starmer's cautious managerial approach. But here's the problem for Burnham. The road back to Westminster isn't straightforward. He'd need to resign as Mayor of Greater Manchester, win a by-election in a Labour seat, and secure the support of at least 80 Labour MPs to even mount a leadership challenge. And with Reform UK breathing down Labour's neck in parts of the north, even finding a safe seat is no guarantee. Polling data complicates matters further. Ipsos Mori's July survey showed Andy Burnham as the public's top choice to lead Labour, opening up a 9-point lead over Starmer. Burnham had a net score of +2 while Starmer was sinking into the red at -20. That gap speaks volumes. Starmer is deeply unpopular with the public while Burnham, despite losing badly to Jeremy Corbyn in 2015, has managed to rebuild his reputation as a strong northern voice. But let's be honest, these Polish statements are exactly what we expect in these situations. The official line is always gratitude, loyalty, and mutual respect. The real story, however, is in the timing and the pattern. Why would the Prime Minister's most senior communications advisor, someone who has just been appointed, step away at such a critical time? Why would two of his top advisors resign within days of each other? And what does that signal to the wider Labour movement, to Parliament and to the public? Remember, Starmer came into office promising stability, professionalism, and control in contrast to the chaos of his predecessors. But with high-profile resignations stacking up, he risks looking like the very thing he warned against. A leader whose inner circle is crumbling before our eyes. The resignation of a director of communications is not a small matter. This is the person responsible for defending the Prime Minister's image, spinning government achievements and firefighting scandals before they erupt. If Starmer is losing trusted allies in this position, it suggests real instability inside his government, no matter how carefully the official statements are worded. So, while Downing Street tries to downplay this as a simple career move, the truth is it couldn't have come at a worse time. Starmer faces enormous pressure both at home and abroad, and the last thing he can afford is for his own team to look fractured. This resignation blindsided number 10, and the questions it raises aren't going away anytime soon. In other news, Sadiq Khan has lashed out at Donald Trump, calling him racist, sexist, misogynistic, and Islamophobic. He told broadcasters that the public will be wondering what it is about this Muslim mayor who leads a liberal, multicultural, progressive, successful city. That means I appear to be living rent-free inside Donald Trump's head. He added, when people say things, when people act in a certain way, when people behave in a certain way, you've got to believe them. Sir Sadiq pushed Sir Starmer to challenge Mr. Trump more, saying he is wrong in many, many areas. Donald Trump hit out at Sir Sadiq at the United Nations on Tuesday, saying, "I look at London where you have a terrible mayor, terrible, terrible mayor, and it's been changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law, but you are in a different country. You can't do that." On Air Force One, Mr. Trump said Khan is among the worst mayors in the world and we have some bad ones. "I think he's done a terrible job. Crime in London is through the roof. The mayor of London, Khan, has done a terrible job. And on immigration, he's a disaster." The U.S. president told Bev Turner aboard Air Force One that he did not want Sadiq at the state banquet. The timeline of Sadiq and Mr. Trump's long feud dates back a decade. Mr. Khan, when he was running to be London mayor, described the U.S. president's campaign pledge to ban Muslims from the U.S. as an outrageous policy. Trump said he would make an exception for Mr. Khan, believing his appointment was a good thing. The London mayor labeled Mr. Trump's proposal as ignorant, telling the BBC, "I think Donald Trump has ignorant views about Islam. It is not just about me. I don't want to be the exception to be allowed to go into America." Protests took place when Mr. Trump arrived in the UK on his first state visit, with the infamous Trump baby balloon being flown. The US president said Sir Said was doing a terrible job in 2018, a phrase that Mr. Trump would repeat multiple times in the future. In 2019, the London mayor called Mr. Trump a racist and a growing global threat, to which the US president responded, labeling Sudi as a stone-cold loser and very dumb. When Mr. Trump became the president for the second time, Sir Sudi claimed that Londoners would be fearful about what it would mean for democracy. In 2025, Mr. Trump labeled Sir Sudi as a nasty person who has done a terrible job, but noted he would still visit London. Sir Sadiq's office responded, "Sadiq is delighted that President Trump wants to come to the greatest city in the world. He'd see how our diversity makes us stronger, not weaker, richer, not poorer." Perhaps these are the reasons why a record number of Americans have applied for British citizenship under his presidency. The long-running feud between Sir Khan and Donald Trump has become one of the most enduring political rivalries of recent years, stretching back more than a decade and showing little sign of easing. What first erupted over Mr. Trump's proposal to ban Muslims from entering the United States has since grown into a sustained exchange of insults, accusations, and starkly opposing worldviews. For Mr. Khan, the former U.S. president represents policies and rhetoric he sees as divisive and dangerous. For Mr. Trump, the London mayor embodies a political stance he derides as weak and misguided. Over the years, their war of words has touched on immigration, crime, diversity, and the very identity of London as a global city. Despite the repeated hostility, Sir Sadiq has often used the feud to underline his own values, framing London as a progressive multicultural success story in contrast to the vision painted by Mr. Trump. The president, meanwhile, has shown no hesitation in doubling down, describing the mayor as incompetent and unfit for office. As both figures continue to spar well into 2025, the clash has become more than a personal quarrel. It has come to symbolize a deeper ideological divide between two very different brands of politics. And with neither man backing down, this bitter transatlantic rivalry looks set to remain a defining subplot in their respective legacies. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.